Bethnal Green, home of the Kray Twins, where these very streets were dominated by Ronnie and Reggie Kray, not forgetting their many gangs associates. The aim of this documentary focuses on gang culture within London City, taking it back as early as the 1960s, how much the Kray Twins influenced crime, city and culture. Let's take it back from the beginning in the 1960s on Columbia Road, E2 at the Royal Oak pub.
Everything they would tell you, see they would put that wrong, that was what they was and that was it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what you read about is exactly what it is, what you read about. Nothing you can add or take away from it.
Yeah.
There was no sayings, but with the people today,
yeah,
they could never live. They could never have been in the streets.
If you speak to a lot of the old people, even older than us, 80s, 78, they would wish that they had them here now instead of what we've got.
Yeah.
That's in the street.
And that's how it is.
They only killed their own people. They never killed no one innocent.
I never hit our ladies or done anything bad.
There's murders, they don't know that. With them, the twins, all they did do was kill their own.
To be quite truthful, I think that the people today are more worse than they were.
They did.
That's what I think.
Honestly.
I mean, that's the contrast I'm getting anyways. It just feels like the younger society are more like...
They don't know.
Yeah, so to them, they're glamorising them to be,
No.
which is wrong.
What they was is what they was.
Yeah.
But the only thing about it was, they were nice people, but they never killed...
Old men.
They will kill you, they will kill you, you know.
Yeah.
But this mob today,
Don't kill anyone.
they kill him.
How much has this trial cost you?
It's cost us roughly £8,000.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't suppose anyone likes the idea of spend that money for no reason at all, you know.
Does it leave you broke, or how does it leave you?
It doesn't leave us broke, but at the same time it's...
George Cornell, part of the Richardson gang, the rival who was reckless enough to refer to Ronnie Kray as a homosexual in public. The Blind Beggar pub in Whitechapel was where the infamous killing of George Cornell took place. Ronnie Kray killed and murdered George Cornell in the pub in front of witnesses. What has the society become? Today to the 1960s, is there an interlink within crime, culture and city? Killings in public in front of witnesses. Ronnie Kray shot and murdered George Cornell in front of witnesses recklessly. Would you classify them as menaces to society? I mean, obviously I know that they were entrepreneurs as well, they ran a lot of clubs. So do you think what they done in the 1960s reflects crime today?
What they've done was wrong, but at the same time it's right. But what you get in the society now, you get someone who paedophiles with a girl or a child and stuff, and they only get 5 years, whereas they got life for killing someone, and that's over.
Okay. Do you think like a lot of the youth today are influenced with half of the things that they've done? Do you think it's now been glamorised that being in a gang is all right?
No, not at all.
No?
No, all the gangs stuff, that's all from America.
Yeah.
So.
Right, do you look at the Krays as something that tarnished society, that crime is obviously now reflecting back to the 1960s, or do you think crime is something that is going to happen regardless?
Happens like regardless where.
So do you think obviously discipline was definitely one of the keys to keeping the society in order?
Yeah, well it is. Because like now, like I'll still get up on the train and all that, go, oh, sorry, do you want a seat for an older woman or a lady? You go, yeah, sorry, get up and go, do you want that? Kids now, you want to do that. And
would you say they were menace to society or not? Do you think there's a lot more worse that goes on today to what they've done compared to what they've done?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I actually went down to the Royal Oak pub and I was talking to one of the locals, and they actually said that if they were here today they would be able to survive the society that we live in, that crime has now become so reckless that people get killed for no reason. Bystanders, witnesses, they get killed.
They do.
Whereas when the Krays were sort of dominating the streets of Bethnal Green and East London, it was more about their own, the feuds that they had.
Is it fair to say that the Krays have influenced today's society? Have they glamorised gangs to the extent where it's acceptable in today's culture? According to Bethnal Green locals, the Krays are nothing compared to today's brutal streets. And if any of them were alive, the Krays would not have been able to survive the brutal streets of London with its crime, its culture within the city.